Hey guys, Big Mike here. The first thing I want to do is welcome you to my new channel, Big Mike Flipz. My goal is to share with you guys the 25 years plus of online sales, retail arbitrage, garage selling, all the different things I've done through the years, trying to sell online and resell and flip things. Hopefully you'll enjoy this channel, and it will be something that's useful to your own eBay or other online adventures. So I've been selling for many years. I decided to start tracking some of those sales and some of that information on YouTube for you guys to see and share, not only in my successes maybe, but also in a lot of my, unfortunately, in some of my failures as well. This first video is a little rough, but it kind of covers some of the events that just happened the last couple weeks, last week, I guess. Some really chaotic things have happened. Some good opportunities have come up, so I decided to go ahead and start doing the videos. This one's a little rough. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit choppy. It's across a couple days. It's been a real hectic last several days. It's around Mother's Day 2020, so hopefully you guys enjoy it, kind of put it together, part it together, and see what happened. And then obviously, hopefully you guys can kind of ride along with me as these items sell online on my eBay business. So as always, enjoy the video. Hopefully you will get something out of it. Always leave a comment down low, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos. As always, God bless. Okay guys, this is really odd. So I'm gonna start this one off, basically kind of tell you what's happened the last 3 or 4 days. So today is Sunday, Mother's Day actually, and I shouldn't be out this early, but on Mother's Day, but I talked to my wife, everything's good. So I'm running to a guy's house. Let me start from the beginning. The first thing that happened Thursday was on Facebook group and the marketplace, and this guy had a bunch of airplane models, several other like G.I. Joe things from the 90s. They were all brand new in the box. They had never been opened. So I was really, at first I was like, this is like a huge collector or something. Somebody that's just decided they're unloading everything. You know, the times are tough right now or something. So I sent him a message and said how much for, you know, the whole lot that you've got. It looked like he had 30 something items. He replied back with he had 31 items, and he would take $200. And I was able to zoom in enough. I looked up 3 of the items. One of the planes came back, model planes came back like 40 bucks, selling pretty routinely on eBay. The G.I. Joe, they're like motorized trucks with a machine gun on the back or something. And at first I was like, well, this is really a good deal too, because they were selling for anywhere from $90 to $125 a piece. And I thought that was, I was trying to figure out what was going on. And then when I got there, I realized why. I went ahead and bought everything. But the G.I. Joe toys alone are they're huge. They are probably 15 to 20 pounds, and they are like 3 feet, maybe 2.5 feet long, something. They're really long and really wide, so they're going to be a huge pain to ship. But I would still make a ton of money, because when I was looking at it, even with shipping, these things were going for like easily $90 to $100 after shipping. So we'll go check out this next group, because what happened is I got those. I listed those on Thursday night. Friday, 2 sold. Saturday, yesterday, 1 sold. I've got several watchers on. I've only listed like a dozen of them, so there's 31 of them. So if basically I've already made half of my money back. I've already made over $100 in profit. So I'm going to go back to this guy's house, because yesterday he's working with his dad, is helping coordinate everything. He sent me a message, said, hey, I've got some more. He took a picture of it, sent me a picture. It was a bunch of planes. Several of them were already put together outside of the box, and he said, I'll sell them all for $100. It looked like it was about 20 to 25 more items. They were smaller, but the ones that were pre-made were the bigger ones, and I could tell that a couple of the bigger ones were broke. Looked like they had propellers broken on them and stuff. So I sent to him that, I really didn't want to, mess with the ones that were already pre-made, and that the most I would probably be willing to do would be like $40, just kind of throwing a number out there, because I really didn't think that the little ones, I did look them up. They were still, I would probably still make $5 to $10 each on them. But I didn't want to fool with all the open box stuff. He sent back, okay. So he's taking the $40. So I went back yesterday, got that, and while I was there, his dad says, "Hey, what else are you interested in? Do you buy, sell other stuff?" And I said, "Yeah, I do a ton of stuff." So he starts digging in his garage, and he pulls out a box, and it's these WWE and WWF, some of the older World Wrestling Federation and Entertainment wrestling belts, like the champion belts, like when you win a bout, you get the belt type thing. It was a box of, it was probably like 30 or so of them, maybe a few more. They were real dirty, kind of dusty. They had stuff all over them. When I picked one of them up, they felt a little cheap made, which is okay. I mean, it's a toy. And I Googled it, and I eBayed it, looked up on eBay, and they were, they're going for, like, some of them are going for $80. But it was, when I was really looking at it, I was like, these things are just not in good shape. I don't really want to fool with it. So I told him, I said, "Hey, probably won't mess with these. You have anything else?" And he keeps pulling stuff out. And then I see him pull out some wrestling cards. And on the front of that binder, it says 22 karat gold, which, if you guys know anything, if you get into the business of reselling stuff, anytime you see something that says 22 karat gold or 24 karat gold or 14 karat gold, any of that kind of stuff, it's usually a very, very thin layer of gold plating on the items, and it's, the actual melt value, if I just melted all these cards, it's probably like 50 cents or something. It's ridiculously small amount of gold. It's so thin, it's not worth taking the time to try and get the gold out of it, I guess, typically. And so I saw that, and I was intrigued. And he had a whole binder full, and then he had one that was like a individual binder, and I may post a picture on the screen so you guys can see it. And I saw Cactus Jack, so I went on eBay and looked up Cactus Jack wrestling card, and it came back, and I saw it was actually a set. There's two cards in the set. It's just a folder with one card on each side, and it's completely sealed up. Sold for $84 yesterday, or last week. So I was like, well, heck, I'll tell him, make me, let me know how much you want on all these cards, just to see what kind of deal I can get out of it. And then he pulls out a Raisin Cane Hot Wheels sealed car. It's a truck about that big. And so I looked that up, and it looked like I could probably make $10 to $15 profit on it. So I said, hey, those two things I am definitely interested in. He had some like 2-foot size wrestling characters. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, I think, was one of them. Some of the old guys, but they were real beat up. They were real played with. They probably would sell. I would imagine there's a huge market for that stuff. But just the shelf space would have killed me. And I didn't even look them up. That may be a mistake. If you guys know on those things, they were really tall. They were like at least 18 inches, maybe 2 feet tall. Real big characters. So I passed on those without even looking them up, and told him, I said, hey, I'm gonna go down the street. If you can get a hold of your son who is selling all this stuff to me, let me know, and I'll come back and pick everything up. And he says, sure. Let me try to get a hold of him, and we'll send you a quote. So I'm thinking he's going to come back with something like $100, because the set of wrestling cards, later on I found out there's 70 in the binder, and they're every single one of them are in a sealed container. I guess that's how they were bought, and they're numbered, and on the bottom of every page, each card has its own numbering scheme, 1 through 70. So it's a pretty cool setup, and even the binder looks like it was part of the set. So anyway, I left, and like 20 minutes later, he sends me a message that he would take $20 for all the wrestling cards and the Raisin Cane Hot Wheels card. I was like, heck yeah, I'll come back. It was like 2 miles away. So drove back over there, gave him 20 bucks. And then his dad says, what else are you interested in? And at this point, I'm like, this is weird. This is crazy. This guy, I keep going back and forth. And he says his son has a friend. He was friends with a gentleman that was a multimillionaire in the area and passed away several months ago. And long story short, it's a really weird story, but it's kind of makes sense, I guess, in the end. But he had no relatives that were living, and he had a stepbrother that came out of nowhere and claimed everything. It's like multiple houses, and the stepbrother found out there was 76 storage units that this guy was paying like $100,000 a year in storage unit fees. And when he started digging through them, he started finding that every one of them was full of brand new collectibles and toys. And apparently this guy's not interested in that stuff at all. So the deal is, he is giving it to, or the guy said he was giving it to him, but I'm gonna guess he's selling it to him for really cheap, and then they're reselling it. But he's giving it to him at really free or really cheap rates. And then this guy, since I have responded multiple times now, said he would give me first offer on coming to check the stuff out. I did not go last night. I probably should have. I think he may have had somebody else lined up. So here's my first big, probably really big opportunity. He said it's a storage unit full. He has moved to his garage yesterday, and he's going to get one of these a week for like 6 weeks. So I'm not ready for that, probably. I definitely don't have the space and the setup for that, but I can quickly adjust. I can get a storage unit. I can start splitting stuff out. I can list stuff quickly. So, long story. Sorry for the long-winded explanation, and I did cut out most of the story about the millionaire, but that's the deal. And so I wanted to kind of give you guys a quick overview, and I might try to video some there. We'll see how the guy reacts, but I'll see what I can figure out. And then I'll also, if I do end up getting it, I'll definitely the next part of the video will be me transitioning all this stuff to a storage unit and inventorying it. So that's it for now. Okay guys, Big Mike back here, and if you can't tell, I have an absolute car full. It has filled my entire SUV up, and I have another load to go get. The guy had a ton of figurines, Walking Dead stuff, G.I. Joe stuff, just an absolute ton of stuff. Batman, Call of Duty toys, just about everything you can possibly think of. I'm just blown away. Now, I was kind of hoping to get like a really crazy deal. It's still pretty crazy. Some of the individual, like I looked up, there's a bunch of little NASCAR die-cast cars. Those, I probably got like 10 cents a piece into those. They overall, I think he said there's about 3,000 items. And I started pricing things, and most things, I mean, the cheapest thing was probably like $15-20 for like some of the die-cast cars. They had a whole box, and I looked up one of them, and they're selling for 15 or 20 bucks a piece. So it's just crazy. I ended up, he made me an offer. I told him, I said, well, just instead of me picking through everything and trying to figure it out, it'll take all day, just how much for everything. And he thought for a little bit, and then he's like, well, I want to keep a few things. So he pulled a few things, which was okay. Really cool guy. I asked if I could video in there, and he really wasn't comfortable with that, so I told him I would wait until after I left. But anyway, so he offered, he said $2,000 for everything. I mean, literally even Walking Dead posters in their brand new, in the wrappers, everything, just kind of crazy stuff. And I told him, I was like, instantly in my head, I was thinking, wow, you know, I really didn't want to go that high. But I said, how about $1,500 for everything? And they were like, they instantly were like, nope, $2,000. So I kind of looked around for a little bit, scanned some more items, And it was just, I mean, I'm gonna make crazy. Some items are like 80 and 90 bucks a piece. They're highly collectible items. So I said, you know, you won't come off the 2,000 at all. And he came back and finally he said, you know what, I'll do 1,800. I said, 1,800, I'll buy everything. He said, sure. So that's it. I'll do a little bit more once I get home with everything and do a video of what all I got. Okay guys, we are back. I went ahead and just brought this stuff to my garage. I'm going to try and figure out how to work through getting a lot of it listed really quickly. It's a pretty big pile of stuff, but I'm going to kind of just walk through real quick, give you guys a high level, and then over the coming weeks, as I sell stuff, I want to call this the Mom's Day or Mother's Day big pickup. So pretty big deal for me. So as you can see, that's a probably mid-90s, I think, maybe a little bit earlier, but it's a G.I. Joe big tank carrier thing. There's a motorized carrier down there, very similar to the ones I got the other day. There's a ton of wrestling characters back there. There's another G.I. Joe tank. Lots of completely boxed. That box right there is full of Batman, kind of like die-cast cars type things, action cars and little characters. Some of them have little tears on them and stuff, and there's some in baggies, but majority of them are brand new with Toys R Us stickers on them. So here is several Batman pieces. There's, I don't know what character that is right there, the big brown dude. He looks like Alien or something, some kind of alien of some sorts. I don't know what this is. It's a big Batman set of some sorts. I haven't dug through it all. It looks like it might be vintage. That top Batman piece looks vintage, so I have to dig through that. Little Batman helmet with a tag on it for trick-or-treating. Some kind of a collector's box. I believe this one was empty. Yeah, this one's empty. There is some in here, boxes full of stuff. And I haven't pulled everything out of the boxes. This right here, this G.I. Joe, I've seen that go from $50 to about $80. It's brand new. It is the 15th anniversary version. There's America's Finest. I think that's like 15, 20 bucks, something like that. And then another America Finest. This is pretty cool right here. So this, they were trying to pull all the sign stuff out. This guy, I guess he would go in and have a lot of people sign stuff. A lot of famous people would sign his toys and stuff. This one here says his name, and it says, I know where you live. John, I don't know who that is. I'll have to figure out that name. John, it looks like John Gango or something like that, but it's Wolf Creek, something about Australia. I don't know I thought that was Walking Dead, but it must not be. So I'll have to figure that out. What I'm going to end up doing is taking an alcohol wipe and just wipe off the two land in there. So it then will just say, I know where you live, and it has his autograph. So that should be a pretty valuable item if it's a big series that was out, I guess, at some point. And there's a Walking Dead set of cards, I believe. A lot of what I would call cosplay type stuff, or Halloween setup stuff. There's a Walking Dead sealed box of something. What's this? Let's see. Some kind of a game, it looks like. There's a Walking Dead box underneath there. Some wrestling stuff mixed in by accident. Several Walking Dead pieces. Some of these, I think these are like Lego sets or something. Yeah. Daryl and the Chopper, just like little sets. This was pretty cool right here. This is a DVD set that's never been opened. It's actually a little messed up. It's got like a mask inside. And I haven't opened this up. I'm kind of hoping this has been signed. It's a sealed book, Follow the Governor. I'm kind of hoping I open that up and it's been signed. Got a couple comic books, Walking Dead comic books down there. Sorry for the glare. Let's keep going down through here. Wonder Woman picture. I'm not sure. That was just kind of out of the blue in there. Several Call of Duty Lego sets kind of things. They're not Legos. What are they? Mega Bloks. Those I think were selling for 25 to 30 bucks a piece. Maybe 40 bucks on the bigger ones. A whole box of G.I. Joe type stuff like that. Here's one out front. That's kind of what it looks like. A whole box of those different characters. Those are from the mid-90s. I think that's the rebrand of, or the re-release of G.I. Joe. Not sure what this thing is. It's a like 19 what was it, 1975 or 85 vintage Crusader 101. Not sure if I'll get much for that, but that thing is giant. It's huge. It's like 2.5 feet long there. So I'll probably try to unload that locally, maybe. I don't know. He's got an $85 price tag on it, so maybe it's worth money. Walking Dead, a little kit set up. Tons of those kinds of things. A lot of these boxes that I'm not opening up are just stuff like this. Nightmare on Elm Street. Just the guy would buy tons of this stuff. I did find out more on the story. I'm not going to open these boxes up. There's a couple wrestling rings that I got. There's a Walking Dead, a couple big posters. I do know that this big box here is a big Batman cave. It's brand new. So that may sell, but it's probably going to have to ship in that massive box. Lots of little cars down here. The open box stuff, like I said, I wasn't really excited about, but some of it's vintage stuff. A lot of football players. This is really cool. Eddie George, Marshall Faulk, Randy Moss, Adrian Jones, Williams, Ricky Williams, and then somebody back there. Who is that? Kurt Warner. And then one in a box. So not bad. Pretty cool. Here's some of the Hot Wheels cars I was talking about. Some of these, actually, I was very surprised. Some of them, I think it was like Del Jarrett or somebody, were like going for 25 bucks a piece. So like I got a ton of them. Let's see what's in this small box right here. Oh yeah, so here, this is the thing that could be a surpriser. There's a Hulk in here, and then there's a bunch of like loose guys. There's some that are in baggies down there. There is a couple boxes just full of baggies with price tags on them. So I guess the guy went through stuff and like priced some of it to sell it in a toy show or something. Tons of wrestling, WCW. That one's got an Ames price tag on it. That one's got an old price tag on it. So I think these are probably like from the maybe 80s or 90s. Maybe early 2000s at the earliest. Check this dude out. I don't even know what that is yet. I haven't figured that one out. There's the vintage. That may be the box to that other item. That looks like a vintage Batman. That's a penguin, the jet umbrella. So I'll have to figure that out. The motorcycle from Walking Dead. So down there, a lot more. I think that whole box there is full of WCW stuff. So ton of that. Here's more. There's another in here. There's brand new Walking Dead. This is 1990 Turtle Chopper. So this is like the Ninja Turtles. I bet this is probably pretty valuable. I love selling Ninja Turtle stuff. All right, so here we go. A little bit better view. There's a couple Walking Deads in there. That's Daryl. That's his motorcycle over there, obviously. There's a ton of stuff just floating around. It's going to take me forever to go through all this stuff. A lot of baggy stuff, like I was saying. There's the Batman cars. This is actually full. World Championship Wrestling collector's case. So I'm not sure who that's full of. Maybe full of Ric Flair or Lex Luger there. And then all these loose, I believe these are all wrestling characters. I did pull out the Mandalorian dude, or the Bounty Hunter dude. So, and then this is a cool one. That is a Star Trek cell phone, or a telephone. From, I believe from the mid-90s, it might be from the 80s, but it actually works. Pretty cool. The actual handset is this part right here. So, there you go. That's a whole walkthrough. Like I said, I'll be calling this the Mother's Day pickup, and as I sell items, I'm going to track them on a spreadsheet or something so you guys can kind of see what all I've got. Okay guys, this is the day after Mother's Day. So anyway, day 2, I actually came back to this guy's house because he says he has a whole nother shipment of stuff. I did some research and found out the details on the gentleman that passed. It's a very, very sad story. So it is a guy local to the area here. So anyway, he passed and he had a lot of stuff that I guess they're just, I did find out there's at least five resellers they're in bulk giving this stuff to in truckloads. And then they're reselling it in pretty much bulk as well, it sounds like. It's several neighbors around here in this area, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I did a little more research just to make sure everything, it kind of felt awkward, but this is one of those things that a lot of resellers, you know, you run into these kind of events and you just you kind of gotta take it and try to do some research. Obviously, if you go, if you feel uncomfortable, really uncomfortable when you go do the deals, and they're like wanting to set all kinds of parameters, I want you to pay first, you know, do all kinds of weird things, then you got to be careful. But anyway, I'm at the site, and so I'm gonna cut it off here, but I wanted to kind of do a little intro before I go in, see what happens. He's got another person is actually already here right now that he pulls out specific military items just for him, because he's a neighbor that does a lot of military stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Be back in just a few minutes, maybe for a few seconds for you guys, and let you know what I got, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I did some organizing, and man, oh man, I got too much inventory right now, but I could not pass it up. So just going to kind of walk you guys down through here. Is a ton of stuff. I've actually got all this row right here, this middle row right here, listed already. I've got a lot of stuff on the other side of this rack, but all this stuff all the way up top. You got 1, 2, 3. There's a fourth box behind that. That blue box, all that is from the same. There's some stuff down here. Still got to go through. Some of the stuff I had already, which was kind of my death pile, but so got a couple Friday 13th, Michael Myers or whatever, gnomes. This entire shelf here, from here all the way to here, is Hot Wheels, almost entirely. There's a couple large cars right in here, but all those are Hot Wheels. Then up top you got models and other cars, and then at the very top you got NASCAR and another box of Hot Wheels. Those are actually display sets up there, and then obviously a couple rows down there. So I'm gonna pause it for just a second. Actually, let's just walk around here, show you this other. It's a mess. So this is all. Got 5 boxes here total of stuff. Some really cool stuff here. Some of this open stuff I really didn't want, but all right, so this here's kind of neat. It's just full of little posters. An Eye for an Eye from Walking Dead. Michonne, is that her name, Michonne? And her brothers, I Survived. All kinds of these things. Just tons of Walking Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So what's cool is I have found some of these are actually signed. These may not be signed, but some of the items are signed. Got a full set of Series 3 of Pirates of the Caribbean. So I got those. I think I got those listed. It may not be quite a full set. It was like 4. Then just more items. I mean, it's just so much stuff stacked up all the way up top. Some of it, the Star Wars set was open. VCRs from Goodwill. And then all this, 1, 2, 2.5 boxes basically here. All that box is listed. It's all a bunch of models and stuff. There's a couple other items like that Call of Duty item there. Forces of Valor, that's listed. The Ertl is listed. So these are all listed now. These are all items from the same batch. So just a ton. So there's actually some more wrestling items, and most of the stuff that's up there is this is full of Batman, G.I. Joe mix, wrestling, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's actually got a Jurassic Park truck in it too. That's from the original movie, I guess. Wrestling, G.I. Joe, Batman, and loose characters. So that's all that. So there you go. Okay guys, so hopefully you enjoyed that, and you got a little bit of something out of it. As you could see, it's a little bit of a unique situation. I lucked on it through Facebook group, so just decided to hit the marketplace one day, I guess last Friday, and decided to start looking out there and see what I could find. Got real lucky, saw some stuff that I could flip and make some decent money. Not everything I got is huge money, but you know, I've got a lot of items that I can make $100. If you look at all the items I bought, it's probably about $2 per item. So $2, and if I can flip something for 20 or 30 bucks, that's a huge profit margin. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, check back, and I will try to continue doing videos and show you guys my journey. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and all that good stuff. God bless.